Hi guys, it's Cassie. I'm back. I'm here to do a haul video for you today. Sorry that down here there seems to be this weird glare. I have a window back there and I have to have a light on, and yeah, so just try not to mind that if you can. But I'm here to do a haul video for you today. These are books that I've just gotten over time recently and I wanted to share. I'm hoping I didn't accidentally put any books into here because I kind of already put them on my shelves and then I took them back off to do this because life. I don't know why I did it. I just did. But I'm hoping that I don't have any books in here that I have already hauled before because that'd be kind of embarrassing. Alright, well, let's get to it. So these are all from used bookstores, my library's book sale shop, thrift stores, things like that. Like I said, I don't ever pay more than $4 for a book. Sometimes I'll pay a little extra depending on what it is, but it has to be something super special and not just an everyday book. So the first thing I got, of course, still has the sticker. This is $2, and this is the collection of 4 stories from Veronica Roth. I've never read these. I did love the Divergent series. I own the first 2 in physical books, and then I own all of them in ebook. But I've never read these, and I was one of the people who were very, 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 very upset by the end of the series. And even though I understood why that was the ending and why it had to happen and all of that, I was still very traumatized by the ending of Divergent. And so I never went and read these because I was afraid that it was just going to make it worse. There you go. I was very invested in For and Triss's relationship, and it did not work out the way that I wanted it to. And so I've always been scared to go back and read it, but I saw this in the store the other day and I decided to pick it up and I thought I might like it. So there's that one. I also got, as a kid, Tamora Pierce was one of my favorite authors, and I think it's called, I don't know, is it the Immortal series? I don't know. Oh, it's Wild Magic. Wild Magic. So Wild Magic is the first one, but there are actually 6 of these books by Tamora Pierce. And I've got Wolf Speaker and Emperor Mage, but I know there are 6. Like, there's 2 different series, but they go together. And I absolutely adored these. I read them over and over and over again when I was younger. And I found these, they were $1 a piece the day that I bought them. And so I had to pick them up. I got these 2, and I'm really hoping to complete my physical copy collection because I do have some of the ebooks. But I'm really hoping to keep these on my shelves, especially since I'd really love to read these to my daughter one day or read them with her somehow because these are amazing. Tamora Pierce, 5 stars. These are about a girl who... It's been a very long time, so bear with me. It's about a girl who pretends to be a boy to join, like, the knights or something like that. To be, like, trained as a knight for the king. Something along those lines, but it's super, super good. And she has, like, magic, and it's just... I want to reread them because I don't even remember everything about them. It's been so long since I've read them. Now, the other book that I got, I was super excited for. Like, you have no idea. You have none. It was $1, mind you, $1 in my library's book sale shop. And it is The Princess Diarist. And it's the Carrie Fisher book. I love Star Wars. I am a huge Carrie Fisher fan, just of her in general. The fact that she dealt with mental illness and accomplished what she did and, you know, just her struggles through life speak very deeply to me because I struggle with mental illness on a daily basis. And this book, like, I haven't read it yet. It's on my, like, it's going to be picked up next after I finish my reread of Twilight. This is the book I'm going to pick up. There are journal entries in here from her journals from when she was in Star Wars. And she talks a lot about when she was in Star Wars. And I'm super excited to read that. And I've just heard really good things about this. And I can't wait to pick it up and read it. Carrie Fisher is and will always be amazing. Just no questions about that, really. So this one right here is I believe it's a mystery, and it's called Pretty Girl 13, Liz Coley. That's who it's by. And she goes missing when she was 13. And I guess eventually she gets found, but like after, you know, getting whatever happened to her when she was 13, there's all this stuff she's got to work through. I mean, I don't know how long it is till she's found, but I love these stories. I don't know why, because they scare the ever living crap out of me, especially since I have a kid. But I just can't stay away. I just can't do it. On Netflix, they have the Casey Anthony, like the whole story, what happened in the trial, everything. Me and my husband binged that in like a day and a half. And now they have another one on there. Something, the disappearance of Madeleine McCann or something like that. And we can't wait to watch that. I'm all about those stories. I don't know why they give me nightmares and they freak me out, but for some reason it's just like something I cannot stop watching. So I saw this and I was like, oh, we're gonna pick this up. Again, it was $1 in my library book sale shop. I don't know if you can see that. So I had to get it. The next book I got is a Shadow Falls novel by C.C. Hunter. And this one is Whispers at Moonrise. I believe this is the last one. I'm not really sure. I have the first and second one right there. And I believe this is the last one. And there is one in between the first and second one and this one that I do not have that I'm going to have to get. I've never read this series yet, but I mean, it's, if I'm not mistaken, it's vampires, and if it's vampires, it's right up my alley. So I can't wait to pick this one up. The next one I got, I actually spent quite a bit of money on, and I was very surprised that I spent that kind of money on it, but I'm super excited to read it. The person who wrote it is M.R. Carey, and he wrote another book called The Girl with All the Gifts, which I've never read. But he's also written for DC and Marvel on X-Men, Fantastic Four, and things like that. And I was like, hello, yes. And it's something about, if I'm not mistaken, it's a haunting thriller. And it has to do with like multiple personalities, I think. Or at least that's like, if you read like the little blurb, that's what it makes you believe. I'm not really sure that's the actual case here, but that's what it makes you believe when you read the blurb. Like, there's not very much to the blurb. It's very short compared to some. Like, this white part right here is the blurb. Like, that's very short. So I was excited to read this. It looks really, really good, and it was $7, but it looked really awesome. I love that little green on the cover too. I like when they do that, and it's not just white or gold all the time. But so I really am excited to read this one. I don't really read a lot of horror or thrillers or mysteries, so I'm kind of surprised that with this one and Pretty Girl 13 that I've actually picked up 2 recently. The other one I've got is by Jonathan Maberry. I don't know. And it's called Rot and Ruin. And this is a very long series, but we were in a used bookstore and they had, this is the very first one, and I've seen this multiple channels before. I love things with zombies in them. Big, huge Walking Dead fan. And I don't know, it sounds good. I want to give it a shot. So I picked up the first one. I was like, if I really like the first one, I've never really seen these out and about. So if I really like the first one, there's a good chance that maybe I could pick up the other ones. And I don't really, other than this being a zombie story, I can't really give you anything else. I know it's about a young person, teenagers, it's a YA novel. But other than that, I'm not really sure what it's about. Sorry. I don't really feel like I need to explain this one. It's John Green, The Fault in Our Stars. It did not have a dust jacket, but it was like 50 cents. And I don't feel like for 50 cents you can ever go wrong with a book, no matter what book it is. But I've been wanting a John Green, The Fault in Our Stars novel. I've never actually read this. I know, I'm ashamed. But I want to read it. I really liked the movie. I don't know if the book is any different or if it's super close to the movie, but I really did enjoy the movie and I've been wanting to get a copy of it, so here we are. I was super excited about this. I don't know much about this book. Again, it deals with a girl that apparently learns that she absorbed her twin, like, before they were born. And so it has something to do with that. And, like, she starts to feel like she's turning into another person or something like that. I don't know. It's supposed to be some kind of, like, haunting thriller. Again, another, like, thriller mystery. There's some romance in here. It's about teenagers. Kind of right up my alley. And it's called This Darkness Mine by Mindy McGinnis. And why I was really excited is because it's signed in the inside. And it was $3. We have a really awesome local used bookstore. And it has like hardbacks are $3. Indie paperbacks, the big ones, are $2. And mass paperbacks are $1. Everything in the store. And I really love that. It's amazing. Go there all the time. They have sales. They have like different things where VIP members, if you have a shirt of theirs and you're a speaking would be lovely. If you're a VIP member and you have a shirt on certain days, everything in the store is $1. So they get a lot of my money. But this looks really, really good. I looked up reviews for it on Amazon and it's kind of hit or miss. You either really, really loved it or it wasn't for you. So I'm kind of excited to see on which side I fall for this one. And then this one I was super, super excited for. It gives me like Sabrina the Teenage Witch feels. And it looks really good. I don't know if it's a standalone or if it's just, it's definitely the first book. But I don't know if any kind of books came after it and it just doesn't list them because it's an old copy. But it's called Hexed by Michelle Kreis. Not really sure how you pronounce that. But it's about a girl who learns that she has powers, that she's a witch, and I guess there's like this old family Bible and it goes missing and she has to find it and there's a sexy older stranger and yes, please. Just yes. Check, check, check to all those boxes. But the cover is so pretty. Okay, this is like one of the coolest things. It literally looks like an old school book. Like, an old-timey, I adore this. Like, all books should look like this underneath their book sleeves. All of them. That's so pretty. I just for this alone, I just want to keep this out on my shelf. And, like, it looks like an old-timey book. I love it. Get this cover back on. And this book was $3 too. This was from my favorite local used bookstore. The next book I have is by Calvin Slater. It's called Hold Me Down. I really don't know anything about it, but I think it was like $1. And it looked interesting. It's about, like, you know, street gangs and just the cover. I mean, you can tell what it's about. It's a romance book. We'll give it a shot. I don't know. And then the other one I picked up is Sense and Sensibility and Sea Monsters by Jane Austen and Ben H. Winters. I have never read any of these. I never read the like Zombies and Pride and Prejudice. I thought I had that one. I might have it in ebook form, I think, but I never really read it. I got it because it was like on sale, or maybe it was free. I'm not sure, but there was a reason I picked it up, and I was like, oh, I'll give this a shot, and I never really did. I try to read classics, I really, really do, and Pride and Prejudice is probably one of my favorites, but they're really hard to read, not even gonna lie. And if I'm going to read something, I want it to be super enjoyable, and if it gets way too difficult to read, then it becomes less enjoyable. And I figured with the added elements of, like, you know, in Sea Monsters or the one with the zombies, maybe that would help me make it through a little easier. I don't know. We're going to have to give it a shot and see. One of the things that I hate about this, though, there's like this big green... I don't even know what this is, but it bothers me tremendously. But this book was like 75 cents. And so for 75 cents, can I really complain? I mean, I guess I can because I just did, but should I? Should I complain? I don't know. Anyways, that's the last of my new books that I've gotten recently. I'm probably not gonna get to most of them anytime soon, but I don't really care about that. They'll go on my shelves. I have years and years, hopefully, knock on wood, to be able to read, and hopefully I'll get to them soon. I hope you guys liked the video. Please hit the subscribe button down below so that way you don't miss any of my videos, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.